I'm so excited to get the car back. It's been almost 2 months to the day since somebody crashed into me while I was just minding my business, driving down the road. They just pulled out in front of me, okay? So it really sucked not having it. I went through 3 rental cars while I waited. One smelled like cigarettes. By the way, if you get a rental car, you can trade them in anytime you want. Apparently, I went with Enterprise. So after a couple of weeks of driving the smoky smelling one, I turned it in for another one, and that was just so uncomfortable, and I just didn't like driving it. It was a VW Atlas. Then they put me in this Dodge Durango Hemi, and I love this thing. I actually would definitely buy this car. Look at the red interior. I mean, that's pretty sick, right? It's cool looking. I like it. With the rental, since I'm talking about that, my insurance agent said, don't pick up the rental right away. Drive your extra car for as long as you can, because they're only going to, approve a rental. I think it was for like 24 days. I don't even remember. I can go back and look and verify. But so I drove around my little Mini, my crappy little 2006 Mini, for a couple of weeks before I went and picked up the rental. And she had told me, you can pay for it after the 20 whatever days, and then maybe they'll reimburse you. And then when I called State Farm, they said basically the same thing. And I was like, what? That's so stupid. It's not my fault. You guys should be, picking up the bill and just extending it. Okay. I can't drive the Tesla. Every time you call into State Farm, you get a different person. You're not dealing with the same person every time. So the next one I called, he was like, don't worry about it. I'll extend it a couple more weeks. I was like, okay, well, that was easy. And then after I had extended through that guy, I had to call like every week, and they would extend it another 7 days, another 7 days. So I'm not having to foot the bill at all. They did extend it. So just so you know, push and you can get more time if it's out of your control. So Moody's couldn't fix my car until they could get to it. So that's that. I'll fill you in on a couple other things. My car got new tires. That's because I think I was at about 27,000 miles when I crashed it, and on the same tires that it was delivered with, and I was actually getting quite low on tread, and my plan was just to drive it through the summer and get new ones for winter, but I needed new tires. And they said because the front right side of the car was damaged, and that tire was also damaged. They also replaced the rim, by the way, because it was all scraped up and everything. Nothing was wrong with the rim, though. I don't think it was bent or anything. They said because it's a performance car, you don't want one new tire. You need to at least match that tire on the other side, right? So the other front side. And then he said, well, you're close to needing new tires, so why don't you just replace them all? They couldn't get the ones that were made for an electric car. So they said to me, you can order what you want, have them sent here or drop them off, and we'll reimburse you for the one tire that the insurance company will pay for. So that's what I did. I'm back in the Tesla. Feels so good. It's so clean and sleek in here. I love it. I just love the feel. Oh, she's so comfy. They cleaned it up for me. It looks great. So that side that they repaired looks awesome. They did a phenomenal job. No complaints whatsoever. One problem though, the other side, I will pop up the video here. It's a little off. I don't know what happened. And also there was some obvious, impact of some kind on that lower rocker panel there, the plastic piece. I don't know, there's like a couple gouges, and then the alignment there to the paint is just not right. So I did say, maybe it's like shifted it when the car was impacted on the other side. And he said, no, that shouldn't have done it. And then he's like, well, and I know we didn't do it here. And then I was like, well, I am 100% certain that wasn't there. Both of those, that front part was aligned perfectly, and that gouge in the back, I did not do either. So then he said, well, maybe it had to do with the towing. Maybe it happened while it was towed. And I said, well, I don't know, maybe. And then he said, well, you know what? I'm just going to replace that whole rocker panel part and around the tire. He said, I'll order that, let you know when it's in. You can come in and we'll just replace it brand new. It's like, okay, then great. So he didn't really argue with me or anything. He was just wanting to make me happy, and he'll bill it to the insurance. And I mean, he didn't take, responsibility for it. And obviously I wasn't going to either. But anyways, that's what's going to happen. I'll have to bring it back to have that repaired, but whatever, not a big deal. Like I said, Moody's is really, really great to deal with, and they just want to make their customers happy. So I am leaving a happy customer. I found one small complaint. They left me at 52%. 52%. I'm going to get home at about 30%, and I've got errands to run, places to be this afternoon. So that's not great. All right, I'm just hanging out in the Tesla watching Netflix. I forgot I could do these things. It's so convenient. I'm waiting for my daughter to get out of a movie, and as I'm doing that, I'm actually going through this list, everything that was repaired on the car, and it reminded me of something that the insurance agent told me, again, that was incorrect. Or I don't know, maybe it's Moody's that helped me out, but basically she told me from the very beginning. I said to her, what about like all the extras that are on my car? Are those going to be replaced? I have a lot of different extras on the exterior. Not a lot, but some things like PPF and like this little thing that goes over the camera, makes it look kind of cool, I said, will those be replaced? You know, companies sent me those, whatever. By the way, when people send me those things, I just exchange a video. That's how it works. Is I get the product and then I, do a video on it or whatever. And also I'll never recommend anything that I don't actually recommend either. So I do try to put it to the test first before I put it on YouTube. So she said, nope, those are extras. Those are not going to be paid for. Basically too bad. And I'm thinking that can't be right. You know what I mean? So Moody's, I asked them and they said, yeah, no problem. We just bill the insurance, whatever. So I don't know. I feel like I've honestly been misled, or, this woman, I asked her how long she even been doing it. And I think she said like 20 something years, like she's been at it for a long time. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say, but basically everything she told me was wrong. I should have just gone and picked up a rental car, like I said, and not drove around my extra car for those couple weeks. And I don't even know where she's been. She hasn't even checked in with me or anything. Like, don't you pay these, or don't I pay her to look out for me and take care of everything for me? Like, I thought that's what insurance agents were for, but I guess not. I did all the communication with State Farm, all of it. Except for the very beginning, she made the call to them, just, I think, basically making sure they had everything. And then State Farm called me, or actually she just kind of paired us together on the phone, took my interview of what happened. And that was basically it. That was the last time I heard from her. So, I don't know. State Farm's been really, really easy to deal with too. And another thing I'll be doing here soon, I had to wait for the work to be done to be able to file for what's it called, diminished value. Lost the word. So by calculation, when I originally told that it was going to be $15,000 to fix the car, the calculation I found was that diminished value was around like $3,400, but now it's up to $17,000. So that's going to increase it. And then also that rocker panel piece and around the wheel, that's going to be additional as well. So, I'm guessing probably another $1,000, like $18,000. So diminished value, I'm guessing is going to be probably at least $4,000, maybe $5,000. So I definitely think that I'm entitled to that because this car, it's on its record now. It's been in a crash, a significant crash, I guess. Nearly $20,000 worth of damage, I would think, is pretty significant. So if I were to buy this car, I wouldn't pay as much top dollar as if I were to go to get another Tesla that hadn't had any work, right? So anyways, on my way home, also driving the car, I noticed that it was a little rattling, like shaky. Not necessarily the car, but the wheel. So I think there's like a balance issue. And I called Moody's and they basically said, well, you can turn around and, bring it right back. But I couldn't do that. It was on a schedule. But I said, just take a look at it when you get that piece in. I got to come in and get that fixed. So I actually did notice after I was on the turnpike, it started when I was around like 60. And, I'd get up to like 80 miles an hour. And then after a while, about 30 minutes of driving, I didn't notice it so much. So I don't know, maybe it just needed to be driven a little bit with the new tires on it. So I will share this repair with you for any of you that know what you're looking at. But it's like a really long laundry list of stuff. It's kind of crazy. It's crazy that much, it costs that much to repair these things. But my mind about the car at the moment is, you know, it's really great that it's fixed and all, but with like the rattling or the rumble, I'm saying the wrong thing. This shaking in the wheel, it's like, I really hope my car gets back to like the way it was. It's not loud or anything. There's no noise off or anything, but it's like, it's got this little feeling like, what if my car's never going to be the same again? You know what I mean? Poor sexy Lexi. She still looks sexy, but I don't know. She's got a little attitude now. All right. So I'll put this up, show you the list, go down through it with you, see what you think. And then that's not even the end of it. There's going to be more because I got that side of the vehicle fixed. So whatever. All right. If you're interested in seeing the breakdown as far as the costs of the repairs go, you can go ahead and check that out on my community page here on YouTube. I will post the full breakdown there.